morning. It's 8 a.m. 8 o'clock in the morning. It's still below freezing point, even though the sun is shining. But that's actually just because since the sky was clear last night, the temperature dropped way below zero. Everything is frozen. So, warming up the tent a little bit. Guys are still sleeping. I just woke up to have a morning pee and noticed that everything is frozen. I had a hard time getting my cup off the table. It was frozen solid. So today will be the last day for a test trip. Today we will be going to the mine and keep mining. And then we'll start to disassemble this camp already. But yeah, that's the way how it goes. Sun is shining. But it looks like to become a nice day once it warms a little bit further. Well, let's see. We left from the camp and are now going to the mine. We just drove that little trip because we have so much equipment coming and leaving both. So yeah, next we will just walk through that forest over there to the pits. And we have some chores to do, but let's see how much actual mining we can get done today. Yeah, I just heard also something interesting from Ivalojoki, that there's huge big mine claimed all of the area, so no new claims can be made, if I understood it correctly. That sucks, man. That's stupid, but yeah, such is life. Well, the weather is nice. I think today we can take off some of this warm clothing and keep somewhat cooler. But yeah, see you in a bit. And we start with building a storage box. So Janne can winterize his stuff on this claim. And yeah, and then we'll see what we'll do next. We are a little bit on schedule today, limited amount of time, but let's see. Man and his box.
Yeah, now my cabin is ready.
Single room apartment.
Yeah, when you got your time up, it's easy to get in and fill it up.
Next up, we are going to clear out on old crossing point, which is kind of acting as a dam for the creek. So if we manage to remove it, the creek will flow better and hopefully keep that current crossing in better shape for the future. Let's see how it turns out. So our attempt at removing the bridge failed, so we just start mining now, I guess. Janne went to start the pump and we'll start lifting ground, I guess. making the bit more safe by collapsing that edge. It's getting kinda scary. One widowmaker less. Haluatko se välistä marssia tätä väliin? Vai kumpi se on pahempi sun?
Ei, kyllä tämä menee.
So we did just clean some of the bigger stones away and toss them on the pile so now we can keep on. Whoa, there's something going on. What is this? So yeah, the placement was off. Now it's fine. So anyway, we will start digging again and Janne will feed the sluice. I'll have the ring first. So we just stopped digging more dirt. Janne is there spading the last few spades to the sluice, and this is the pit we have made. As you can see, it's kinda, you can see behind me, those are the edges. It's about 4 meters deep, huge hole. And here we have a bedrock which we found earlier, and we have been now following it down, and about there we lose it again. But this ground is very hard to dig, and as you saw earlier, it was getting it is kinda dangerous because those stones are very loose. But I wanted to show you this. There are these iron bands of rust, and Janne did some test sampling. Turns out that these things have gold in them, a little bit more than this white stuff. If you know anything how this has come to be, please do tell in the comments. But yeah, we are now quitting, and I took one test sample from the bottom because there's strange paler kind of dirt there, so I'll pan that and see what it contains, and we'll see. So we are starting to disassemble everything and put it away for winter. I did the quick test pan there and it was empty. It was actually surprisingly light in iron content, so that's odd, because there's a lot of iron usually here. But anyway, we'll start now dismantling everything, and I guess we'll head to camp next. Of course we will empty the sluice first, but I don't think Janne will clean it. I mean, pan it at this moment. So that about wraps things up as far as mining goes. Things have been winterized, kinda. We are back at the camp, just changed some dry clothes, and we are having some supper. just recently disassembled part of the sauna over there. And yeah, we're warming up the tent, but the stove got kinda too hot. It made a loud bang, so who knows what happened. We still have some things to do, but this thing wraps this day, and actually today was the last day probably for 2021 mining season. So that's that for this year, I believe, as far as mining goes. Of course, preparations and planning for next year keeps going, but yeah, that's next year. So we cleaned up the gold, and it was about 1 gram, so it was not that bad for about 8 hours of bucket work. Hello. We just finished disassembling the camp, and I'm now leaving. And yeah, it was a hard trip. Let's have a last glance at the area while we leave.